everyone, I'm back with another celebrity inspired hairstyle and makeup look featuring Beyonce's look from the Lion King premiere. So I wanted to go ahead and recreate this look. So I'm using this lace frontal that I actually cut up, so it's more like a long extended lace closure. This is a whole year old, and so are the bundles. So I just cut it to like 10 inches wide so that it can just basically look like a frontal. So I tried to do some coloring before. I just basically put some bleach on it, but to me it wasn't light enough, and it was just kind of sporadic and kind of messy, and it was originally for a side part. So when I saw Beyonce's look, I said, well, I can just use the same hair and just do a middle part. But as you can see, this is how the middle part ended up looking before. So I said, well, I'm gonna have to go back in and dye both patches on the side so that I can have a middle part. So I'm just going ahead and piecing out the sections where I wanted to place the dye. Now, I know this is the most ghettoest contraption here, and I should definitely have on gloves, and I should probably follow real procedures, but at the time all I could think of was just how to get the color on here and all of that. I didn't even think about clips or anything like that, so I'm just kind of sectioning off the exact pieces that I want to be a little dyed and bleached or whatever. So yeah, so I'm using the Quick Blue from L'Oreal. This is their bleaching powder, but what it does, it kind of tones down the hair. So I'm using the 40 developer, and this stuff is kind of fast. And you see this ghetto country fork that I'm doing. I caught myself trying to do the highlight version, but then I said, well, I don't actually have anything else to use right now, and it was like 1 or 2 in the morning and everything was closed. So yes, you're gonna see me struggle with this little fork. But it did get the job done, so yes. Now at the time I didn't realize that Beyonce's hair color was a little bit lighter, so I should have left it on a little longer. But this was my first time bleaching it. Actually, before I just dyed the other hair that I did, I kind of did these both on the same night. So I just was kind of confused, like, well, do I leave it on longer since it's 40 developer? So I didn't want to over bleach the hair, and for some reason this powder, you can tell it's starting to look purple. So I just rinsed it off when I started to see it lift. So this is kind of, what happened. You can see it's a little patchy on the sides, but I mean, when you pull it back some, the blonde pieces are there. So it's kind of like three-dimensional colors. Definitely didn't mean to do that, but at least I can still have a side part if I choose to. And I like this part better than having a whole lace frontal because it's just too much. So this is what, it looks like when I just sewed it onto the dome cap, and I just sewed it down just like I would do a normal lace closure wig or lace frontal wig as well. And then I proceeded with the sewing of the wig, and I'm using 1-year-old extensions. Like, this is basically 2 22 or 24 inch bundles from last year. So after I sewed the unit together, I'm using my favorite spray. This is a protective spray from Silk Elements. It's a really good silkening product, and it really helps to get it straight. See, you can kind of see more of the little patches. So as I got to the top, it kind of covered that. So I mean, if you're gonna try this or do it, I would recommend you to actually get a nice tool to actually apply the bleach and don't use a fork like myself. But I think that it ended up working out, and this hair is silky. Like, I love that flat iron. These are 1 year old bundles. So moving on, I put it on, and I'm going to customize it a little later. So I'm going to focus on my face and makeup. So I'm using the Makeup Revolution, foundation in F14 and F13. And for concealer, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer. It was about $7, and it's closer to my color, so I'm not really highlighting here. I'm just kind of covering any bags or dark circles under my eye so that for picture purposes it will be perfect and flawless. And this is the best setting spray. This is the holy grail that I love. This is the Black Opal Deluxe Setting Powder, and I have the color medium. I used to use neutral, but it was just too yellow. It was just too much. And this one does not cause flashback, and it looks really good on your skin, and you don't have to bake and leave it on. So to set my foundation and everything to make it look skin-like, I use the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, and it basically locks in that foundation and concealer and compacts all of the layers into one. So now you can see it looks like skin. So I'm just using the Benefit, I think this is all about brows, eyebrow pencil, and then I'm using the lip pencil matte. This is the color Cork. Everybody has been, you know, raving about this for years, so I figured I'd go ahead and try it. And I like it, but I wanted to put my lipstick on before I did my eyes because I hate having crusty lips in tutorials. So I'm using the Saharan palette by Juvia's Place. This is my first time using their products. They've had a lot of backlash, but I saw that it was nice, so I got it, and toxic free. So yeah, and I'm also using the Nika K palette for my eyes. And then before I get to that, I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Chrome Molten Gold highlighter, and these are products that don't have like the toxic chemicals that are carcinogenic, so that's why I'm using these specific products. Everything basically but that foundation, but I have found a new foundation to replace that one since making this video. So I'm just using the transition shade, like a sunset color that's giving Lion King tease, and I really like orange on my complexion anyway, so I think it's a really good, you know, transition color. So I went back in with the dark brown color just to put it just in my crease area to give it a little depth and dimension. So I'm using this golden color from the Saharan palette, and it was pigmented. It really was. Imagine if I had used my finger, like it would have been all over the place. So yeah, I had to be careful there. And I saw that Beyoncé only had like a little bit towards the middle of her eyelid, so I went back in with the transition shade to kind of clean up any, you know, loose particles on my eyelids. And that was kind of it for that makeup part. So I'm using my favorite mascara, the L'Oreal Telescopic. I've been using this since like 2013 or 12, maybe 11. And it's a really good waterproof, you know, mascara. So for my lips, I'm using the Morphe lipstick. Well, actually, it's the lip gloss. It's toxic free. And it's called, which one is this called? I'm not sure. I can't think of it right now. I'll link it in the descriptions box with the other products. But it's a nice, really nude color. Like, it's perfect. So for my lashes, I'm using these cheap Broadway wispies. These are like the Ardell wispy dupes. They were only like $3.99 for a pack of, $4.99 for a pack of 3. And I did a final little spray, car wash spray of Urban Decay setting spray, so that I can, you know, make everything look skin-like and have my highlight glowing, and it'll keep my makeup set in place. So you can see that it's drying up. It still gives me that dewy look, but it's nice and matte. And I felt like my nails matched, so I wanted to show you guys that. So moving on to hair, this is my new favorite mousse to use. It's alcohol free. It's by clearly Tresemme, but it's so strong. Like, it holds your hair in place, your edges. If you're wearing lace frontals or lace wigs, it holds it in place. So it's really good when trying to maneuver your hair to make it look natural and like scalp-like I'm trying to do here. So I'm using a little edge control by Eben just to kind of solidify those edges so that it can just really sit in place along with the mousse, because that mousse dries quickly. So however you're, you know, combing your baby hairs, make sure that you lay them in the direction they need to go in. So all I had to do was put on some cute little earrings. I think that her earrings were silver. Added some more gloss, and that's the final look. Comment below if you guys liked it. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you guys thumbs up.